Warning, this video is intended for audience who are 13 or older. If you are not 13 or older, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
Alright. I feel like we already had a subplot involving Shining Knife and Sweet Cake, Sweetheart, Sweet Fingers, or Shining Finger and Sweetheart, or Shining Knife and Sweet Cake. I feel like we already had a subplot about them going through a divorce or they're having marital issue. You know, I don't know why we need to go through another subplot, another plot device evolving. Also, how many times can these two have marital issue that needs to be a plot point within the show? It feels really weird they've done that again. I feel like it's already been done because I feel like I'm maybe having an episode based on domestic violence yet. That'll be crazy if they do that episode. I mean, technically, domestic violence does happen by the end of this episode. So, and he's now Mr. Shining Knife is now stuck with his wife's dead body or whatever the fuck. Right? That's what's going on. I'm actually very curious to see if they have made like full bodysuits of their individual forms or not, or are they only designed their half form? But I guess it's just they're already in half. The missing half is just like the flip of their body. So I guess that's what it is or whatever. All right. It is #1 Sentai Gozyuger, episode 32, a sudden breakup, big fight between Knife and Cake. There are two plot lines in this episode that are running at the exact same time that the other groups do not know about. Like outside of Hoiru and Kijino fighting Shining Knife and Sweet Cake. And the rest of the gang is fighting Ray. They do not both parties are not aware of what the other one is. And they're probably thinking, man, where the fuck are the others? You know, I assume is what's going on. Like no one knows. Also, I love how fucking Kumada just walks in this episode. He just walks into the problem. Like he's not even involved. Or I mean, technically he's there. He's there at the beginning. But I like how he just walks into the fight between Ray and Sumino versus... I mean, I guess Byakuya also just walks in as well to our fight between Ryuko and Sumino. I'm sorry, not Bakugami and Kameda just walks into their fight. Like those two had nothing to do with this. They were just off doing their own thing until they're like, oh man, I guess we have to be in this episode. Also, hey, I like how they put back Bakugami in the opening. They're like, oh man, look, okay, they're done with the bit. You know, they're like, all right, that was fun. That was a fun time when we had it, and when we did that opening bit of like not including him in the opening, but now he's back. So yeah, there you go. All right, that was a fun 2-episode bit. But it's done now. He's back in the show and everything. But yeah. So Mr. Shining Knife and Miss Sweet Cake are having like a whole couple spat right now. So they want a divorce. The relationship is not working out. It's not working out between them. Time for them to move on. They want to go their separate ways, but they can't because they're fused together. They're fused together. So that's what's up with them. But yeah. So they have their own marriage council fight going on. Then meanwhile, we move on to the main plot. I guess this is supposed to be the main plot. I'm not really sure which one is the main plot point of this episode now that I think about it, right? Like, both of them are captivating. Like, none of these feels like a subplot. I guess the Shining Knife and Sweet are like more like a subplot element. But both of these are happening so concurrently at the exact same time that they don't feel like each other's subplot, you know? But yeah, we learned the origin of Ray and Byaku and Rikuo. And we find out what his deal was, and find out like, I was attacked by a crazy fan, until Ray protected himself with his arms, and then you think that would be the catalyst, the crux of his character arc of why he hates Ray, because he can no longer be Doctor Strange, he cannot do surgery, but then also this story like, he has a terminal illness that's unrelated to the fact that he got stabbed in the arm for him to be a doctor. Like you would think it would be the terminal illness that prevented him from being a doctor. No, it's actually he got stabbed and then he got a terminal illness. Did the stabbing reveal that he had a terminal illness? What's up with that? Is this related? It's really weird. It's weird how they established like, that Ray got attacked by a crazy fan, and that Rikuo got attacked by a crazy fan, and that Ray jumped in to protect him. and and you think that would just be the crux of like of their big divide, their big rift, you know? But no, then it just throws it that he has a terminal illness as well. Like, and then he stopped being my friend because he developed super cancer. It's like, oh, huh. Very weird that this would be like the driving point, you know? Right? Like, does he blame Ryuko for the fact that he has super cancer? You know? I mean, this guy's a doctor. Is a certain. You think he would be up on that? He would been aware of his cancers. Like, you think he would look into his family's medical history at some point? But no, he's like, oh yeah, hey, because of you, I developed super cancer. Now I blame everything that's happened in my life on you. But yeah, that's the whole thing. Also, hey, Oto's someone back. She's just sleeping. You know, he's keeping, like I said, and look, still waiting for agreement. This guy has like a 16-year-old Japanese schoolgirl in a coma in his house. You know, that's very problematic. I don't like the sound of that. That's really weird and creepy. You know, boy, I frown upon that. That's not a good look for him. But yeah, that's pretty much the backstory. But I really hope that the girl that attempted to stab Ryuko never comes up in this show as a plot point. Like they said, oh, I never find out who that girl is. Good, don't make her a plot point. Please stop introducing fucking characters for no fucking reason within the show. We are 33 episodes in. We're finally accelerating the plot progression. I do not want this character to be, I don't want this fucking knife stabbing crazy fangirl to be like a crux character later in the show's plot point. Like, just say that, yeah, some girl tried to fucking killed me, so that was pretty fucked up. You know, never saw her again. But yeah, that's Ryuko's backstory. And hey, Sumino, valid reason to not give a fuck about it. Like, wow, I don't fucking care about your problem. I just wanted the fact that the problem is like your groomer brother, childhood friend, still kidnapped my sister, you know? That's fuck. I do not care about the fact that he lost his job or the fact that he developed super cancer. None of that shit relates to me or my sister, so she still had every valid reason to not give a fuck about his tragic backstory, if you could call it a tragic backstory. Like I said, nothing really happened to Rico, right? He almost got murdered, you know. But other than that, he's still alive. So like, nothing that happened to him. She should not care. Like, she's like, wow, man, that sucks, but I don't give a fuck, you know. Just give me back my sister. She has every valid reason to crash out because of this. Yeah. So so they go find Ray, or she goes find Ray, and everything, and everything. And then the rest of the gang shows up to fight him, or whatever the fuck. It's pretty whatever about what the four of them are doing against. He has the Magi Ranger. Also, he's being possessed by some weird dead warrior spirit from the first Calamity battle. I guess we're bringing up the Calamity stuff. I guess now that they remember that this show has a plot, they should probably start setting up all this stuff so we can tie up these loose ends. But sure, I guess this guy was a general. Don't know what the deal with him. He's just some evil spirit that's possessing Ray. I guess he's the one that's been telling him to go around kidnapping 16-year-old Japanese schoolgirl. Once again, very problematic. Don't like that, you know. But yeah, he's possessed by some weird evil spirit or whatever the fuck, right? Meanwhile, Hoeru and Takahara are helping Shiny Knife and Sweet Cakes with their marriage problem. Q1, remember he's part of the show. He was like, oh hey, put me in, coach, put me in. Remember that I'm part of the show. I want to be involved in some. There's a big fight. Both factions are just fighting their respective villain, or whatever the fuck. I also feel like this literally just shows up and fucks off. Like, he shows up to fight, and then he's like, all right, well, that was fun. I'm gonna leave now. You know, all right. I had a good time, or whatever the fuck, and then he just fucks off. You know, and then the main point is the fact that then Mr. Shiny Knife kills his wife. He absorbs his wife. Not really sure. So he just has like this dead husk that's just attached to him right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it for him. You know, so that's a thing. Right. So he's just gonna walk out with his dead wife. I like how when I'm watching this, You know, so I don't know if the suit actor actually does not bother moving the hand of Miss Sweetcake, right? But her legs to move. I don't know. I feel like that just that half would just no longer be operative right now or whatever. But yeah, that's this week's episode. Stuff happens. That's good. Also we found out Mr. Shiny Knife is like a descendant of like the original clan leader or something. I don't know how any of this stuff is gonna be. I don't know how all this is gonna tie up towards the end of the show or wherever the fuck is going on. Also, hey, next week Hoeru becomes a writer for Kamen Rider Saber or some shit. I don't fucking know. Hey, look, final up. He gets his you remember it was crazy when he got his upgrade form. But check out his final form. He gets a final form next week. Yeah. For doing absolutely nothing. All right, that's it for this week's episode. Okay, thanks. Bye.